public sidewalks are an amenity much as streets, and to say that the funds for maintaining streets should not be applied to sidewalks makes no sense at all. The sidewalks were put in by the village at some point originally, not by individual homeowner.
Yes, they were.
All the sidewalks
I
were put in by
have
individual
all
homeowner.
the laws that mandated property owners apply for sidewalks.
Okay.
We never did install them.
Okay, then I take that back. I'm in error about that. To me, though, that whether that's true, I assume that is true, but still it makes no sense. I mean, public sidewalks are a public amenity, as are streets, as are light poles, as are many other things that are maintained. So I think that needs to be reconsidered. And certainly you're moving in that direction if you're thinking about replacing the sidewalks at the village level with concrete. Now, as the issue of the material, I think it's very true that concrete, there's no question that concrete will go in more cheaply. But as this lady pointed out here, it deteriorates very rapidly with salt and other chemicals put on it in the winter. Bluestone does not. Depending on the thickness of the bluestone, there's a difference in cost, much as a different thickness of concrete and sidewalks has a different cost. And the figures that I was able to research in the limited time I had to do this suggest that you can expect to pay 2 to 3 times to put in bluestone sidewalks to what you would pay for the concrete. And depending on what kinds of grants are available, whether matching funds or something else, you know, if you say, for example, it's 3 times the cost of concrete, and the matching funds are available through some program, which we're still looking into, that means that the cost of the village is 50% over what you're budgeting right now for any particular stretch of sidewalk. That 50% might well be something to approach homeowners about and see if there's a way to get them to contribute that. I think that's a reasonable proposition to suggest, but to explore those avenues before just moving ahead with something that's going to have long-term impacts. Where people have replaced sidewalks on their own since the original bluestone, there's a real patchwork around the village. Concrete of different kinds, different qualities. Some places people will put in little pavers, a little of this, a little of that. It's a real hodgepodge, and it does the village absolutely no good, aesthetically or to walk on. Many people walk in the streets just because they're level and it's easier, and that may not change even if all the sidewalks are replaced. But many people have put in new bluestone sidewalks in the last few years as well, and those are generally in very good shape. And I think there's no reason to think that it can't be done. Yes, it will take a little longer. Yes, it will cost a little more. But in the long term, it seems to me that's the right way to go. I thought that the points that Walker's made in their letter were very interesting. To say that we don't have a dirt street anymore, and therefore why should we have bluestone sidewalks? Well, by the same token, the Walker's very lovely historic house could be replaced with a vinyl-sided ranch, and we could cut down all the trees, and we'd have no more evening sidewalks. But I don't really think that's what any of us want for the village. So the implications of where you're going with this, I think, really needs to be thought through. And if you have already thought it through, I'd love to hear a little more about that.